try to make them the phones. Hey, can you see the phones? I mean, I don't care if you're on them. Can you see the phones?
No.
Okay,
Nobody
perfect.
look at me when I present.
Yeah. Just, yeah. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joshua Canales, and today I will be informing you all about applied behavior analysis. Well, let me give you all a little bit of a taste about what autism feels like. Okay. All people with autism have a difficult time relating and connecting with other people. They live in a world that is very unpredictable and often scary for them. Going places and doing things that come very easily to us can be overwhelming for them. The way they process information is drastically different. They see differently, they feel differently, they smell differently, they taste differently, and they hear differently. They are consistently being barred with sight, sounds, smells that cause all kinds of overstimulation that cause pain, discomfort, fear. If you know someone with autism, you probably see them cover their ears, or even hum to themselves, yell, scream, cry, or even run away from an unpleasant location. And that would often indicate to us that something's wrong. So just imagine if you had autism and you had a migraine. How would you communicate that to others when nobody understands you? Would you scream? Would you walk back and forth? Would you jump up and down and flap your arms? Would you bite the inside of your lip until it bled? Would you hit your head? What would you do to make it stop? These are people that are always trying their best to cope with this world that we simply see easily, but they don't understand. So how can we teach them a better way to communicate? And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be through ABA. I believe that everyone in this world should be understood, because when you feel alone, it's not a good feeling, you know? So if you did find somebody who understands you, at least you won't feel alone in this world. This is why today's, ladies and gentlemen, I will inform you about the alternative to teaching kids with autism through ABA, what it is, how to implement ABA, and who provides these services. Better understanding of ABA. What ABA stands for Applied Behavior Analysis. A behavior analysis' main purpose is to focus on the principles that gives us a better understanding of how learning takes place. A perfect example of this principle is positive reinforcement. When the behavior you want to occur is reinforced, that behavior is most likely to occur again. Through time of research, the field of behavior analysis have come up with more techniques in increasing wanted behaviors and reducing those that may cause damage or affect the learning process, interrupt the learning process. So pretty much applied behavior analysis is the implementation of these techniques and principles that bring about meaningful and positive changes in behavior. As mentioned before, behavior analysts began working with young children with autism and related disorders in the early 1960s. Early techniques often involved adults directing most of these instructions. Some allowed the children to take lead. Since that time, a wide variety of ABA techniques have been developed for building useful skills in learning with autism, from toddlers to adulthood. Okay. The implementation of ABA. The main source of communication is our voice. A lot of these children who have autism don't know how to speak or how to use their voice. One of these amazing things about ABA is that it teaches these kids how to communicate through the principle of verbal behavior. There are 4 factors of verbal behavior that contribute into communication. That we have receptive identification, tacting, commanding, and interverbals. So pretty much what receptive identification is as simple as you identifying something for what it is. An example will be, I'm at a playground with one of my clients and I tell him to show me swing. I will go to the swing and I will gesture to the swing. And as soon as he touches that swing, I will reinforce him with something he likes. It could be from candy to a cookie to a toy. Then we'll move on to tacting. Tacting is better known as labeling. It's just as simple as labeling an item for what it is. An example will show a student, or example will be me showing a student a picture of an apple. And as soon as I show him that picture of an apple, I'll say apple. If he responds with apple, I will reinforce him instantly for telling me what the object was. Manding. Manding is, in other words, asking for something. So, an example of manding will be, I show a kid a picture, well actually no, I show a kid a toy they want to play with. And if the kid gestures to it, or he even says the toy's name, I will give him that toy automatically. But in some cases, these kids can't use their voice, so they have a communication device, or a pegboard. So, a pegboard pretty much is a little board that has like different stickers of different items the kid wants to play with. So as soon as he pulls out that sticker, you reinforce him with whatever that sticker had. Interrobals. So is the way we converse with other individuals. So an example of an interverbal will be if your mother asks you, how was your day at school? And you will say, it was fun, I went on a field trip. Or another example of an interverbal fill-in will be, you tell a kid, twinkle, twinkle, and you're hoping the kid will say star. They're singing along with you. So now that you know a little bit more about ABA, I want to tell you about who provides ABA. So I'm currently working on my Bachelor's of Science in Psychology to get my board certified behavior analyst. And pretty much what I need is my master's degree. To become a BCBAD, you need your doctoral degree. And to become a BCABA, that means that you have to have your bachelor's degree. So pretty much now you know what ABA is, how we teach it, and who provides these services. I'm currently a RBT technician, and I work with kids who have autism. I provide one-on-one therapy with them. And that's pretty much it. I hope y'all like my speech, and I hope y'all have a great night, guys. Son! Damn, I have more! I was gonna make me down. Fuck!
A little one, but it doesn't matter. It's not like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go one more time and then I'm just gonna go.